The topic of this video is using a graph to determine where a function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. Okay, so we're going to journey from left to right across our function, keeping track of all of the areas where we're increasing, decreasing, or constant. And whenever we change categories, we're going to note the x-coordinate. All right, so we begin right here. And as we travel from left to right, we notice that in the beginning we are constant. So we note the x-coordinate where that started, which was -3. And the x-coordinate where it stopped being constant and changed to something else, which is -1. So we get our first interval, constant, -3, comma, -1. Intervals of increasing, decreasing, and constant are always open intervals, which means we put a parenthesis here and here. This is a decision made by human beings who studied calculus. We haven't learned calculus yet, so for now, just trust me, by human definition, intervals of increasing, decreasing, and constant always use parentheses. The other thing that I want you to remember is that these are both x values, which means this is not an ordered pair, it's not a point, it's an interval. It's the collection of numbers from -3 all the way to -1. Okay, let's continue our journey. So, once we pass this point, then we begin decreasing. And we're decreasing until we get to here, and then we're still decreasing as we get to here. We don't care about this point in the middle. We only care about the points where we change categories. So we are decreasing from -1 all the way to this point, and the x there is +1. This gives us our next interval, -1, comma 1, parentheses at both ends. All right, now we are in a new category, constant, and we are constant from here to here. The x-coordinate of this point is 2. So this gives us a second interval where we are constant. It is, as always, an open interval, and when you try to connect two intervals together, you do so with the union symbol, this capital U for union. All right, and then we continue on. We are now changing categories from constant to increasing. We are increasing from here to here, and this point has an x-coordinate of 3. So from 2 to 3, we are increasing. Okay? All right, so I'd like to just re-emphasize the most important point associated with this learning objective. These look like points. They are not. They are intervals. They are open intervals containing only x values. Keep that in mind, and you'll find that this learning objective is quite easy.